Hi there, welcome to another episode of the Diary of a Wellness Bodybuilder. I'm Sumaya Sarwar, your host, and today I will be answering one of the questions that I get asked a lot. Sumaya, what's the hardest part about prepping for a bodybuilding competition? So we are going to dive into it today. You all asked, and I am here to share my experience. So before I start this episode, I just want to put it out there that I believe experiences are subjective, just how opinions are subjective. So what I find most difficult in a bodybuilding prep may be different compared to what you find to be most difficult or somebody else. And also what I find most difficult now is completely different compared to what I found to be the hardest part about prepping in my beginning stages of competitive bodybuilding. So keep that in mind, that I'm not here to pass judgment on anybody. If what I find difficult is not difficult for you, good for you. I'm happy that you have moved past it while I am working through it. So just wanted to put that out there. I am not here to judge you, and I hope you don't judge me either. Here on this podcast, obviously the name is the Diary of a Wellness Bodybuilder. A diary is where we share our most intimate, vulnerable things that we're going through, things that we are learning, and me sharing that with you all is a way to share a piece of me. This is a non-judgment zone. Now, since I have been going through this bodybuilding prep quite a few times now, I started in 2018, now we are in 2023, and I have done a national show. I have been in 2 different divisions, started out in figure and now doing wellness, and going through yet another prep to step on stage in just 8 weeks. I would say that I have kind of learned what my weaknesses are and what my wins are, right? That's the way we have to learn to look at things. It's not always easy, but we become better through the process. Just like everything else in life, bodybuilding prep is the same concept. As long as we don't give up and we keep trying and we get better. For me, the hardest part about prepping for a show, it's not the diet, it's not the training, it's not the routine or any of that, to be honest. For me, it's the loneliness, because my love language, the way I feel the best and the happiest and most joyful, is through spending quality time with my loved ones and making new memories, having lots of adventures. When I am prepping for a show, my time is limited, my energy is limited, and there's a lot of uncertainty, especially getting closer and closer to the show day. I can't make commitments because I don't know if I would be able to keep it. This week, I may have 100 grams of carbs before, 12 p.m. Next week, it may drop to 50. It all depends on how my body reacts to things, what supplements I'm taking, how much cardio I'm doing. And that's obviously going to affect my mental health. That's going to affect the amount of energy I have to get through the things I need to do for this prep and for life. And I feel like it's unfair to the people in my life for me to just show up to events or make plans and then have to cancel, or not even be able to have like a full presence when I'm with them. Because I personally find it disrespectful when I spend time with people and they're on their phone, they're not fully being present. It seems like they're just counting down the time so they can go back home and watch their TV shows. So I'm very self-aware to not do that myself, because if I do that and I'm expecting something different from the people in my life, that's going to make me a hypocrite. And that's not the way we roll. So that is what I find very, very difficult while prepping. I still try to schedule in quality time. It may not be the same, like obviously if I am running on 1200 calories while still doing cardio twice a day and training for 2 hours, 5 days, 6 days a week, I'm not going to have the energy to go do certain things, especially if it's physical. Like right now, we're in fall. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. I love all things falls, decorating, haunted houses. I've been wanting to go apple picking. I've been pumpkin picking and hay rides and things like that. But will I have energy to do all that? Probably not. We are at the beginning of October, and all those things are going to be happening this month while I am 8 weeks out, and we are pretty much cranking up the heat starting this week to start shredding down. Now, as much as I would like to call up my cousin and be like, hey, let's go to a farm next weekend and go pumpkin picking. The truth is that I don't know what my meal plan is going to be like next weekend. I don't know how much cardio I would have to do. I don't know how much supplements, fat burners, PEDs, whatever I would be taking, and how my body would be reacting to it, if I would be more cranky, if I would be more tired, and X, Y, and Z. So that makes it difficult to connect with people. Now, I have been learning to have those conversations with people that are close to me. Fortunately, this prep specifically, I am not going to say it's been all roses and beautiful. Not everybody takes things the right way. Some people are resentful, like, why are you doing this? I'm tired of you going through this. It's putting a bad toll on life and relationship and things like that. But you know, that just shows us how to navigate those relationships. But I am grateful to say that this time around, specifically for this prep, I have been receiving a lot more support emotionally, spiritually, financially, in any way and form, from my family, from my close friends. People are showing me love and checking up on me and things like that. And it went as far as to them wanting to do the things that I'm able to do, just so we can still have time together and I can push through this prep with a smile on my face. I truly, truly appreciate that. Like my best friend, Natalia, she had competed in bikini competitions before. She started going to the gym with me, not all the time, but on the weekends. And she would take me to the gyms that are a little bit further out for me, that I would want to go to meet the head judge for NPC. Or if I need to get a sports massage or anything, my mom is offering to just come and spend time with me on her day off, even though that's her only day off. And we can't really do much other than just sit together and talk. I can't even eat her cooking or any of that. My brother, my cousin, a lot of other IFBB pros and people from the gym that I go to, they check up on me. I have been cultivating a community, and that is very, very important. This prep specifically is teaching me that. I was already kind of waking up to it and learning that this year being on prep back to back, but I would say especially since April or my first show in June to now, I have so much support, and I started asking for help and being honest about my struggles and just, I guess, being receptive. And I don't know what you believe in, if you believe in God and universe or whatever you believe in, higher power, probably senses my openness to receive and to be treated better, to have more joy and more laughter and more positivity. And I'm learning that it exists within me already, and that's attracting more of that into my life. So yeah, loneliness in prep is a thing, and it can be difficult, but it doesn't have to be. You just have to be willing to work with it and be willing that some people will not accept it, that you're being cranky, you're being mean or depleted, but don't feel guilty about it, okay? Because just because X, Y, and Z is going through a prep with a smile and you are not, does not make you any less of a strong individual, does not make you less committed or any of that. We are all different human beings and our experiences are different. Maybe that person has been through it so many times that they're able to go through this process with a big smile. And maybe you're not there yet. And maybe that's just not the way you go through a prep. And that's fine. Once you're honest with the people in your life about that and let them know and communicate what you're going through, how much support you need, and X, Y, and Z, you will find out who are the right people for you to succeed in whatever you're trying to achieve in your life. They are going to work with you, and those who give you the pushback are not meant to be up there when you're there. Or maybe it has nothing to do with you at all. It has more to do with them. So don't take things personally. And that is how I feel about going through this process. And I would say at this point, that is the hardest thing. And it had been the hardest thing in the past, but I'm working on not letting it be the hardest thing about prepping in bodybuilding shows.